Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back again with another league highlights video. We're at Mexico this time. This is my first lap of quali, and as you can see, understeered, off the track, validation. So the trick on this game, if you go to neutral, you can get your ERS back very quickly. So I started doing this so I can try and go for another run. Very bad start to my quali already. But anyway, here's the start of my actual first lap that I set. So I only did practice for quali for this weekend. Didn't do any race practice or any racing in the wet. So as you see, coming to turn one, I'm pretty good in sector one. In time trial, my sector one's always pretty good. Sector two is where I lose the most time. I think 'cause I have less wings than most people. And also, sorry for the audio bugs this week. There's a lot of audio bugs in my game, and I'm not sure what happened. They didn't change anything from last week, but yeah. And the quality, I think, might be a bit bad. So next week, or whenever I race again, because we're on a 2-week break now after this round, I'm gonna make sure to fix that. Instead of streaming it, I might just record it so that it's a lot better quality if you guys to watch. As you see now, anyway. I got past the S's, survived it this time, coming into the last stadium section. I've been setting 15.6, 15.7 as bankers in my practice, so I was hoping to get around that sort of mark. As you see, come across the line, keeping it tight, save some time, staying to the right here. I get a 15.7, so yeah, I did an extra lap on these tires, so it wasn't too bad. I'm on to the last lap now. I did get pushed down to P2 by this guy who, I'm not gonna say his name. He was caught the day before with some weird stuff, so I'm not gonna speak too much on him. But he went from a 117 to a 115 in this session. So I don't know how that happens, but anyway, going to the last lap now. Obviously, you need to lose in the car there on the exit of chicane. That down 200s on a sector one that's already quite bad in the session. Still getting public sector one though somehow. Like you see, I'm just fighting on my delta right now. 4th gear to get the use extra throttle there. Didn't get a good exit there, as you can see, losing the rear, getting pushed out wide. Through the S's now, having to lift quite a lot here. Just didn't have the confidence, as you can see, slowing down a lot. Nearly invalidating again there. Going to the last sector again, I'm only just over 1 attempt up, which isn't enough to get P1 at the moment. Just trying to push, get everything out of the car. As you can see, clipping that sausage curve a bit too much there, scrubbing a lot of the time off of my delta, and as you can see, coming across the line is not going to be enough for P1, but I do improve back to P2. So as you can see, in the quali, I've only got pipped by 300ths on a pretty bad lap, so you know, I'm not too worried for this race here. And as you can see, I'm starting on the medium tire. I want to do a medium to medium because in this league we have predicted weather forecasts, and at the end it's confirmed to rain. So I want to do medium until it rains, then pit onto a set of inters so I don't get disqualified. And you know, everyone else is on the hards, and the hards are very slow on this track. As you see, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Should be getting a better start here. We kind of matched here though. As you can see, turning my overtake battery on, I do want to get past all these hard. Now I have the inside lines, and I'll be able to brake a lot later into turn 1. Try and hold it. Hopefully it gives me space. As you can see, late on the brakes, down the inside with the extra grip from the tires, I'm able to go around the outside here, cut across, and the move is now done. Again, using my overtake battery to make sure the move is done. As you see, he's fighting back a lot of speed, going down the inside, so I move over to the outside, going around the outside, braking late, and as you can see, 4th gear, so I can use my throttle. As you see, the job is now done. And already, after this lap, I'm 1.1 seconds in the lead. As you see, again, lap 3, I'm 3 seconds in the lead, so my pace on these mediums is very strong compared to the other drivers at the moment. Lap 7 again, gap is 5 seconds. And lap 14, the gap is nearly 9 seconds. So as you can see, the pace is very strong. Lap 16 again, the gap is 10 seconds, and as you can see, the people are getting penalties behind. As you see now, lap 16, I do go into the pits. I was in a pit a lap before, but I need to carry on pushing the gap so I could come out in front of people behind me, because I need to be pushing this whole entire 2 stints on the mediums for it to work. And so I couldn't be coming out behind people, having to battle and then losing time. So lap 17 here, I'm out on cold tires, you know, trying to warm them up as fast as I can to get them going. I was clear from behind, and I was all over this Williams in sector 2, but I slowed down, you know, so that I could get the DRS on the main straight instead of overtaking him, and he might try and fight back. As you can see, the gap to Rico and P1 is 10 seconds with a 3-second penalty, so that's making our life a lot easier. As you can see, all over the back of him with this extra grip. You know, he has no grip on those old 20-lap old hards. As you can see, overtaking him before the DRS. DRS activated now. I can turn my ERS off and save it. As you can see, very easy to overtake. Lap 20 now, the gap was 8 seconds, and Rico went into the pits, presumably for the mediums, like me as well. I can see the fastest lap of 117.9. As you see on lap 30 now, it is getting very, very dark out here. The clouds are forming. It's about to start raining. So that is about to work perfectly for me. And I think, as you can see here now on lap 31, it does actually start to rain. So my strategy from medium to medium has worked literally perfectly. I'm just waiting for the DRS to be disabled to go into the inter. As you can see there, DRS disabled. I'm going into sector 2 now. I need 2 more sectors, trying not to spin. And I've got a 40-second gap because of this tire strategy that I've been told by my Ferrari team has worked literally perfectly. As you see, Jeff telling me to come into the box, and as you can see, I actually I lock up and nearly go into the wall there. That was the closest I've been to the wall. As you can see, lap 32, the gap's 14 seconds behind still, and he's now got a 6-second penalty. So you know he's struggling with those track limits, trying to push to the limits, trying to catch me. As you see, lap 32 still overtaking lapping drivers as there's no safety car. Losing the rear there a bit, not really having any confidence. Nearly losing the car there again as well. Just quick reactions luckily saving me. Lap 34 now as well. The gap's 13.3 seconds, so you know our pace is pretty similar. Coming into sector 2 here, unfortunately I take a bit too much curb. I get stuck on the curb. As you can see, trying my best to save the car there, and unfortunately it's spun. But you know I got a 14-second gap, so I wasn't too worried. I need to get going again though, make sure my tyres aren't overheating, and get back to racing. And now as you can see, coming to lap 36, 8 seconds of lead, I'm finally going to get my first tier 1 win in PHX Esports League. I didn't practice a lot for this race, but I felt very, very confident. My drive stints couldn't have been any more perfect, and the hard work paid off finally. The tyre strategy worked perfectly. As you can see, at the end of the race, I actually win by 14.5 seconds after penalties. So, very dominant race from me, and it was a very fun one. Like I said earlier as well, this is the last race of this season. Although they're doing another season on this game, which we're going to take a 2-week break, and then we'll be back. So, I'll probably be doing time trial videos still, but there'll be no league highlights until this league restarts their season. But I enjoy doing these highlights, even if you guys don't watch it every week. I appreciate it when you do watch it. Liking always does help me out, and it definitely puts a smile on my face. So I appreciate it if you could, and see you guys in the next video.
Another one, bought another car, then another one. Bank account like I just want a settlement.